Hey, what is up, guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today I bring to you loot from 1,000 Elder Custodian Stalkers. These things are basically skinwalkers, but the RuneScape version. And as for their loot table, they have a lot of stuff, especially stuff that goes on the collection log. So I'm looking to really fill out that collection log with all this stuff. I'm a completionist, so one of these days I'm really hoping that I can actually 100% the collection log. I know it's unlikely, but still, it's something I definitely want to do. Alright guys, and as for the gear for today, we are bringing a range setup. I'm going to be bringing fortified Missouri top bottoms and the helm. We are not on a Slayer task for this. Ava's accumulator, so we don't lose as many darts, and we're going to be bringing the blowpipe. We're going to be using the blowpipe mainly for its spec to get some heal back. We got the light bearer ring to bring that spec back faster, and some Barrows gloves, as well as some Zamorak D'hide boots, which, you know, I only have this stuff because I can't afford the big boy items. But these things have a effect that causes you to bleed, which is the only thing that are gonna actually be able to damage me. It ticks 3s, but it's not that big of a deal. As I noticed, because I did practice it, they actually don't bleed you as often as you would think, so it doesn't hurt that bad. As for my inventory, I'm bringing a little bit of food for some heals, some ranging pots, and a lot of prayer pots. I'm hoping I could do this all in 1 to 2 trips. I don't want to do any more than that, so it'll make it a little bit easier. I'm bringing the cannon, my cannonballs, and my whistle, the enhanced Quetzal whistle, so I could go to the Quetzal and get there really fast. I'm also bringing my rune pouch with some high alks. I'm not too sure at the time what they drop, but as we find out, they don't drop any alcopols or anything like that. So the rune pouch is basically just to hold the runes that they do drop. Besides that, this should be a really easy and fast thing. I wanted to do this to get some of the new content out of the way so you guys can see some of it, and also so you guys can witness what they really do have on their drop table. These things are relatively fast to kill and not that big of a deal whatsoever. It's also a really fast Slayer task, so you guys will see, but later on I actually switch up to a Venator bow. Right now I'm just using the blowpipe. Alright, and to getting there isn't that hard. It's just a bit of a run. Not like a crazy run, but it is a bit of a run. So when I start, I blow my Quetzal whistle. It goes to this birdie, and then I use the birdie to go to Auburnvale. And then in Auburnvale, you simply run west. You're going to run through the village, and then there's going to be a bridge that you're going to have to cross. And once you pass that bridge, there's actually an entrance I didn't know about. If you go straight north from the end of the bridge, that entrance will lead you right into the Stalker's Den. Inside the Stalker's Den, just keep running west, and then there's another little cave that you just cross into. From there, drop your cannon, and you can begin your kills from there. When you're doing this, just make sure you're praying melee, because obviously you get melee attack, and I think around 20% it's said is when they do their little bleeding damage mist or whatever when they fart on you. But one of the cool drops they have is the broken antler, and what you can do with the broken antler is basically use a chisel on it and you can turn it into an atlatl dart, I'm pretty sure, which is cool that they gave you a way to fletch it. But you know, besides that, they're pretty useless to me and my account. I'm not an Iron Man, I don't have an atlatl, and I'm pretty sure you could just do the chest to get more atlatl darts than you can honestly get from this. Another cool drop is the Alchemist Signet, which you could turn into the Alchemist minigame, which is the Herblore minigame, pretty much, and you could unlock a chest there and it gives you a bunch of free stuff. And one of the last things on their drop table that's a collection log, not the last, but one of them, is the ayahuasca seeds. I've never really messed with them. I still don't really know what they do. I can look it up on a wiki, but I'm not really interested. One thing I am interested in, though, is getting faster kills, because using the blowpipe just was not it. At this point, I think, yeah, I was around 50 kills, and I was like, nope, So I hit up one of my boys and he lent me a Venator bow, which I, again, can't afford right now, but I really do want one. The Venator bow is really cool in the fact that if you shoot it at a target and there's a bunch of other targets and you're in multi-combat, it will blast like the arrow around and it'll hit everything all at once, which is really cool. So it makes for faster kills, and it really made for faster kills. So big shout out to Judge. Also, longbones. Hey, I've been collecting a ridiculous amount of longbones because I really don't like construction. So any mob that gives longbones, I have no problem making a 1000 video in, and all the longbones I collect, I'll be sure to do like a little clip of me turning them all in. Right now I think I'm at like 50 longbones and like 3 curve bones, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. Besides that, all they really have on their drop table is like sharks. I've got like 3 nature talismans, some gems, but I'm pretty sure all this is on like the rare drop table, so I don't think it's like their actual drop table. I think it's just part of the rare drop table. They do drop more longbows, but they also drop cannonballs, air runes, fire runes, pure essence, mithril bars, which is weird. That's the only bar that they drop. They don't have like a variety of bars, they only drop mithril bars. And they also drop rune arrows, like a lot of rune arrows. Also GP, I guess, but like I feel like every mob, almost every mob in RuneScape drops GP. But the one drop that I am excited for, the Antler Guard, baby. I was able to actually get one around KC, I think like 490 or something, which was pretty cool getting it that early in, which means I got lucky not to get it around 650. The stats are pretty good, surprisingly, for a 1 defense peer especially, I could imagine. It also has a prayer bonus, which is insane to me. So yeah, around, oh no, 598. I was wrong, I apologize. I don't remember this video that well, but yeah, I was pretty happy to get one, and I hope that in the future I could get another one, maybe like 2 more, maybe like 3 more. That would be really nice. The 2 mil price tag's kind of nice for this, especially since I'm using all these cannonballs, which we do get refunded. Speaking of which, we are about 90% of the way at this point in the video, which feels really good. We're at 900 kills. I haven't seen any more Antler Guards. I know we just got done talking about it, but quick jump cut to the future, 90% of the way. We are getting close to the end. I'm excited. Now let's talk about the Custodians. These things are creepy as all hell, but you have 4 variations of them. You have the junior, and then you have the mature, which have a 1 in 800 chance to drop the Antler Guard. But on the other hand, you also have the ancient, and you have the elder, which is the one I'm killing now. The ancient is the superior variant of the things, but I'm not on a slayer task, so I'm not going to be able to see them. They have a relatively decent chance at 1 in 500 for the imbued heart. I got an imbued heart on this account at 80 slayers, so I'm not really looking for that. I would love to get the gem though, just for the collection log. I guess I would like the imbued heart, but you know, only because I want to be spooned some money. My account is pretty broke right now, so please, one of these days. Speaking of spooned, yeah, is that a second Antler Guard? Oh my god, getting spooned. Love it, love it, love it. At 900 and what, 57 that says? 937, something like that. I can't really read it from here, my thing is short. But coming to the end of the kills, I was really happy that I was able to receive 2 of them at a 1 in 650 drop rate, which makes me think maybe that drop rate's really 1 in 500, who knows. But the Elder Custodians were a lot of fun. This was a very passive AFK thing I was doing on the side while editing the other video. But with that, I could say loot from 1000 Elder Custodian Stalkers is completed. Now, if you guys excuse me, I'm gonna go take my wife out to some pizza, and I'll bring you along for a second. How about that? And back to it. It feels really nice to be done with another loot from 1000, especially some new content. This is something I've been dying to do for a long time, but let's talk about the loot. We ended up receiving a decent amount of gems, 2 key tooth halves, and 627 mithril bars. Also 1 rune bar, but I'm pretty sure that's from the rare drop table, as well as the rune javelins. 2,990 rune arrows, 3 long bones, 22 Huasca seeds, 24 broken antlers. It was pretty good. A bunch of other stuff, including like cannonballs and stuff. I'll show you guys that at the end. I'm not going to include anything that I keep from now on into my, overall loot, because I keep it anyway. So it just adds on to the stuff that I already have, and I don't feel like separating it. I always could, and I could in the future. Let me know if you guys want me to do that in the future. But it's saying about 4.9 million GP, which I doubt, because the guards don't actually say its actual price, I'm pretty sure. So let's go sell off the guards and see what we actually get. I'm gonna put them in for 2 mil each. I think that's reasonable. It's saying it's selling for 2.075. Let's try 2 mil. Yep, 2 mil each sold on the dot. Feels nice, got a little bit more profit than what the loot tracker was saying, as you guys see, with the GE tax deleting GP, of course. But that's completely fine with me. I was still able to get some. Sell off the rest of the loot. Let's see what we get. Some of these things weren't selling, so I had to modify the prices because the actual loot tracker prices are wrong. A lot of the time they are. I don't understand why, but we ended up leaving with 5.2 mil, which I think only 3 mil of that would be 3.2 mil of that would be profit due to the cannonballs. We did get some back, so I'm not 100% sure how to calculate that. I mean, I could if I really did math, but we'll just say like 3 mil profit. But that's not all we got. We also got a bunch of signets. I believe we actually received 17 of them, so let's go give those a try. I'm gonna quickly teleport. Wait, there we go, to the chest, and let's give these a try. You get a bunch of different like herblore supplies, which is really cool, but not really worth that much. I got an extra, a little bit less than 1 mil from that, so around like, let's just say 4 mil profit from this. And it didn't take that long at all. It was actually really fast. But I want to say thank you all so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. It means the world to me that I actually do got a lot of people that do want to watch my videos. When I say a lot, I mean like a relatively decent sized handful. But we're leaving today with around 4 mil profit and the memories we made along the way. Thank you guys again.